First off, happy birthday.
Oh, thank you.
You guys are coming off such an emotional win. Just, I guess, how has this been, this roller coaster? Like emotional win last week, emotional loss, emotional win. How do you get you guys to try to level out today against a team that, again, is lacking one of their stars?
You know, every one of these games are a playoff game type, setting in terms of the importance of it because we're fighting for positioning just like, I don't know, five or so other teams, if not more, are in the West. And you have to put a lot of emotion into it, especially if you care. And, you try to stay as even keeled as possible, but the reality of it is it's almost impossible to do. And so you just got to kind of, as best you can, control whatever emotions you have and stay locked in and do what you need to do in order to handle the fine details to get the win of the next game that's in front of you. So it's, you don't want to suppress the emotion because sometimes, a lot of times, the right emotion can help you get over the hump.
Mike, this starts a big stretch of home games. I think, if I'm not mistaken, you guys have the most home games remaining for the remainder of the season. Outside of the home court advantage and the fans and that, what other advantages does that present during a playoff race of having so many games in your own building?
I mean, you're used to the routine, sleep in your own bed. You have your food that you want to eat or your food spots you want to go to. You're around your family, and all those little things bring good juju to the mix, and which I believe in. it adds to the comfort level just because you're used to it that you need to have in order to go and win big games. So I think playing at home is a huge advantage for anybody, but especially us when you factor in the fans and how that arena gets.
Mike, with this remaining stretch, you're kind of touching a little bit already with this month ahead, but I'm wondering if what you see from this group that feels maybe a little bit different from the home stretch from last season.
Last season it was different. It was different from the standpoint of injuries and really not many people took us serious. And there were zero expectations. So we were just going out there letting it fly, and you guys all know how it is. If you don't have any expectations, you play free and loose and all that. And the day you get hit with some expectations, it's a different ball game. And the great teams, elite teams, elite players, they're the ones that can live and deal with the expectations that come along with it. So, it's hard for me to compare this year to last year just because the situation was completely different. And even the year before, like I said, the year before, teams walked in here and they knew that all we had to do was turn it on in the last 5 minutes of the fourth quarter, you probably gonna get a win no matter what happened in the previous 43 minutes. So for us this year, it's dealing with expectations, trying to continue to execute offensively at the level that we're capable of, while trying to be physical and getting stops defensively. And I think I truly believe that this is great for us to go through because we have to grow, we have to learn, we have to feel what this is all about. I believe that the guys in the locker room that we have will be able to embrace it and handle this thing the right way long term, not just the next 2 games or 3 games or this year, but I feel we have a really good group that is starting to understand what you have to be able to do when you're in situations like this, and it will only bode well for us in the future.
Do you think that comfort of being at home can have some cons as well? I think this is the second year in a row you're a lot better defensively on the road where you kind of create your own energy.
It could, in our business, well, anybody's business, and things aren't black and white, different strokes for different folks, but if you're just talking generally, I think most people would prefer to play at home than on the road just because of the comfort level that they have with everything going on.
Coach Brown. What's the cohesion like with the coaching staff? I know, you guys, been able to keep this team glued, through a lot of ups and downs this season, but what is it like, working with these guys to make sure that the team have belief in what you guys are doing?
You mean, so us,
And the coaching staff alone, how y'all work together and how y'all keep them, keep the players, in line. Of course, I know, with the player only meeting, but do you guys have meetings to say, hey, we got through this, what do we do next, and how do we stay together
as a staff, or
as a staff.
we include the players?
as a staff?
Oh,
The
yeah,
players.
for sure. Now, we have meetings all the time. Not only do we have meetings as a staff, I'll get on the phone with this coach or that coach or this coach over here and talk to them about specific players or specific things or ask for their input. So it's, you gotta constantly figure out how to push the right buttons with the group, and it doesn't always just start in with me. I mean, I feel like, it, just like I want to give the players ownership, I want to give the coaches ownership too. I want them to feel like they're involved, and I think our coaching staff is one of the most active coaching staffs during the game. Like I've encouraged Jordy to stand up. I've actually encouraged Jay to stand up too and coach. I don't care. I mean, I just want to win, and those guys are all very, very, very smart. They got great ideas, and they got a great feel of what we're doing, and so however anybody can get their point across to a player or a group of players or the whole team, I'm all for it.
Mike, Wimby has become so important to what they do in San Antonio and in a short period of time. How do you think they're going to be different without him out there, and then how do you kind of prepare for what might be a different look?
Well, they're young, but they play really hard. So regardless of when we do on the floor or not, they're going to play hard. And Vassell, he's done a really good job against us. He's been a handful for us. So, hopefully we don't let him get loose. Keldon Johnson got a little loose in the last game. And so they're going to play fast. They got a lot of guys that can pass, dribble, and shoot. So they're very skilled too. And, obviously, having a guy 7'5" or whatever Wimby is that can score on all three levels and block shots the way he does impacts the game in that way. I mean, it's hard to get to the rim when he's sitting down there. But they're physical and they do play hard, so it's not going to be easy. But now you don't necessarily have one of the best shot blockers, if not the best shot blocker in the game, sitting on the backside. And then if they need a bucket, they still have a couple other guys they can go to. But when you have Wimby on the floor, you got a guy that's 7'5" that can shoot over anybody and create his own shot. So they're going to be a handful because of how hard they play and how they share the ball.